Hello guys, welcome back to my channel today. Thank you so much for stopping by. In this video, we'll be sewing this tie front backless blouse with a short pants that you can see on your screen. So I did the pattern drafting a while ago, and this is the complete tutorial of how to stitch our patterns together. So if you've not seen the pattern drafting tutorial, I'm going to leave the link in the comment section, so go ahead and watch that before you come join us on this particular one. It's going to help you understand better. For this tutorial, I used 2.5 yards of Duchess fabric. So you can use 3 yards if you are on a bigger site. 2.5 yards because I used some part of the fabric as my lining. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. After drafting out my pattern, I went ahead to place my pattern on my fabric, and I added 1/2 inch on the neckline area, on the armhole area, and on the base of my blouse, as you can see. So this is for the front, and I have 4 pieces of fabric here, 2 lining piece and my 2 main piece. So I'll go ahead and take out my pattern paper, and I'll open it up for you to see. So I'm going to now place them right sides facing right sides, okay? Lining and fabric on both ends, and then I'm going to sew all the way around. So before sewing, go ahead and cut out piece of fabrics that you'll be using for the loop. So remember, this top we're going to tie at the front, we're going to tie at the shoulder area, and we're going to tie at the back. So you'll be needing, I think, about 10 ropes or see. Okay, so I'm opening my fabric up. As you can see, this is the main fabric. These are the ropes. I went ahead to cut out a 1-inch rope. I folded it into 2 and I sewed it, then I turned everything inside out. So for the length of the rope, it depends on how long you want it to be. This one I'm holding is about 29 inches, which I feel like is too long, so I went ahead to also cut it. So I have a lot of it here, okay, and I'll be using the ones that I will be needing. So place your 2 front pieces together, as you can see me doing, and start marking. Okay, so the intervals you want for the rope depends on you. So on the neckline area, I came down by 5 inches. That's how open I want the intervals to be. From that point also, I came down by 5 inches. So I want about 4 for the front. I don't want to tie all the way to the end. Okay, I want that opening on the base of the blouse. So I want about 4. So I think 4 here, 4 there. You can do 3 here, 3 there. It depends on what you want. So the mark that I indicated, I'm going to start placing my rope on it, and I'll pin, as you can see me doing. So make sure they are sitting together so you don't have any issue with the front part of your blouse. Okay, so after pinning this one, I'll also pin the second step, as you can see. Then I'll pin the third step. Yeah, as you can see also. After pinning like this, I'm going to go ahead and place the one that I'll be placing on the shoulder area. This, I'm going to tie this all the way to the back. So I think I did 3 on the front part of the blouse, and I did 2. So altogether I've used 8 ropes for the front part of this blouse. So 4 for the right hand side, 4 for the left hand side. So I placed my lining piece on it, and I'm going to pin all the way around. So sew on all sides. Okay, just leave a little bit of opening on the side to use to turn everything inside out. So after sewing, you're going to iron, and you're going to turn everything inside out. Okay, so that is that for the front. For the back, I went ahead to add 1/2 inch on the neckline area, and on the center back, and on the base. I also have 4 pieces here, 2 lining piece and 2 main piece. I'm going to place my rope on the center back, the upper part of the center back. So when placing this rope, make sure you leave at least 1/2 inch allowance on the upper part so you can turn your lining piece. Okay, so I'll place the rope here. This rope, I think, is longer, is about 30 to 35 inches, I think. So it's the longest rope here. So I'm going to place my lining piece on the main fabric, and I'll pin all the way around as you can see me doing. Okay, after pinning, go ahead and sew on all sides just like we did for the front, and then leave a little bit of opening on the side to turn everything inside out. So this is the front part of our pants. I went ahead to add 1 inch to the base. I added 1 inch to the crotch area, and I added half an inch to the sides. So this is going to be my stitching allowance. So I figured that the pant was going to be too long, so I trimmed out a little bit from it. Okay, I didn't want it to be that long. Okay, so now I'm going to remove my pattern paper, and I'm going to pin them the way they are, right side facing right side. Remember, there is no dart for this pants because it's an elastic waistband pant. So I spread my hand on my fabric to cut out my pockets, and I have 4 pieces of this. So after pinning the crotch area together, I'm going to place the pockets. The length of the pocket is 8.5, while the width of the pocket is 6.5. So I'm going to come down from the waist of my pants by 2 inches, and I'll notch. This is where I'm going to place my pocket. So I'm going to open my fabric up and place the pocket right side facing right side, as you can see, and I'll sew. I'll also repeat the same thing on this end. After doing that, I'm going to do the same thing for the back. So remember, while I was drafting, I didn't have enough pattern paper, so I needed to add about half an inch to my crotch extension on the back, which is what I did. So I added 1 inch on the crotch area, half an inch on the side, and 1 inch on the base. So I pinned the crotch area together, and I'm going to go down by 2 inches just like I did for the front, and I'll place my pocket and I'll go ahead and stitch down. Okay, after sewing the front piece in place, this is what I have. This is the opening that I used to turn everything inside out, so you can just stitch on the opening just to close it up. So this is what I have. You can see how they align. So what you do is to just knot your rope how you like it. Okay, so I'm going to knot them together like this. So this is what we have for the front. I've also sewn the back in place, so I'm going to now place them right sides facing right sides. Okay, so after placing them, you're going to now use your stitching allowance to sew on the side. Okay, so when doing that, you're going to come in a bit so the armhole area will not gape. Okay, so after pinning, I'll head over to my sewing machine and sew, and that is basically all for the top. So you're going to wear it, tie the rope on the neckline, and tie the rope at the back. Okay, so for the pants, I've gone ahead to sew the crotch in place and the pocket in place. So now I'm going to place both front and back together, and I'm going to stitch them together. So I'll start from the waist area. I'll align the waist. I like to sew from the side before sewing the crotch area. So I'll align it. I'll start sewing from the waist, then I'll curve over to the pocket area. I'll sew the pocket close, and then I'll curve over to the base of the pants, and I'll sew all the way down. So at this point, I have trimmed off my pant to make it short, so that is why it's looking short here. So after sewing that in place, this is what I have. So the next thing we'll do is to cut out the waistband. Okay, make sure you sew the crotch area after sewing the sides. Okay, so I'm going to place my tape on the waist area, and I'll measure what I have there. So what you have there is what you use to cut out your band. So what I have, I think, is about 19 inches, and I'll cut. So while we're drafting, I think I took out 2 inches for the band. So I'm going to fold my fabric into two, as you can see. The length of this fabric is 3 inches, meaning 1 inch is going to be my stitching allowance. Okay, so for the length, since we have 19 inches on the waist area, and remember we have both front and back, so that's 19 times 2 is going to be 38 inches. Instead of cutting 28 inches band, I went ahead to make it a 40 inches band. That means I'll be using the 1 inch on both sides for my stitching allowance. So I'll fold the band into two, and I'll sew 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch plus 1 inch, that's 2 inches. Now this is the band I'll be using. The band is going to be 2 inches, okay, 2 inches width of band. And for the wideness of the band, you are going to take out like 3 inches from your original waist measurement. So the band I have here is 25 inches, my waist measurement is 28 inches, meaning I took out 3 inches. Okay, now I'm going to sew. You can take out 4 inches, but you know you still need allowance to stitch the band together. So I've stitched the fabric together, that's the band together, as you can see. So I opened it up and I folded it into two, as you can see. For the elastic band also, I went ahead to sew it close, and this is what I have. Now I'm going to place the elastic band inside the band, okay, and I'm going to sew all the way around. When you are sewing, don't sew on the elastic band, just be dragging the elastic band as you are sewing to form that ruche that you want. So after doing that, this is what I have. All I have to do now is to fix this elastic band on the waist area of my pants. Okay, so just be dragging as you are sewing, and this is what it should look like when you are done sewing. Okay, so after sewing the elastic band in place, this is what it looks like. So just weave the waist area of your pant to give it a good finishing, a clean finishing rather. Then you are going to hem the base of your pants, and yeah, give your pants a good press. That is all for this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to like this video, leave your questions in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one.